guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Joanne from Just Dream Big, and if you would like to learn how I created this look using the Patrick Starrr Goalgetter Palette, stay tuned. Hi guys, it's Joanne. So I already started with my eyebrows and I already prepped my eyelids with some M.A.C Studio Fix concealer in NW35, and then set it with the Studio Fix powder in NW43. I'm going to take the liquid 24-hour concealer, and I believe this is an where's the camera? There it is. NW43, and putting that under my eyes. I think the look today, I'm just gonna do, you know, it was my typical kind of go-to look when I would go to work, or just, you know, going out with the girls. It has a nice dark lip. It's weird. I kind of went between having a dark lip and a bright lip, even in the summer. But, you know, it's your preference. I know people tend to wear darker lips during the fall, but you just do you, okay? Because sometimes I'll go from like bubblegum pink all the way to like, you know, gothy dark lip. Okay, so I'm gonna take my Studio Fix fluid, and I think it's NC42, and I'm gonna put it on my Jaclyn Hill Morphe brush. This is like the everything brush. I think it's the JH08, and it's great for like buffing in creams or liquids. Ooh, there we go. Sorry. Surprised nothing was coming out of that pump. And we're just gonna take some of that foundation and start blending it into the face. And if it doesn't match your neck, like this is my usual color throughout the year, but I used some faux tan. Yeah, I know. Some faux tan. And so it's going to be maybe a shade or two lighter. Can you see that? Lighter than my skin. Oh, it's such a great finish. And the Studio Fix foundation is actually it's a satin finish. I know it is medium to full coverage. I think it's full coverage, but it's definitely buildable and a satin finish. Okay, so now that we have the foundation all blended in, I'm going to take this cheek color from M.A.C called Blunt. Oops. And it's a great contour color. So I'm just going to take this powder brush. Ooh, let me put that down. So sorry. This powder brush from I think it's from Walmart. So take a little bit of that contour color and start working that in. You know what? I'm not really liking this brush. You know what? I'm going to take the M.A.C 183. It's this dense brush. Excuse me. Okay, there we go. Can you see that? Alright. take it to the sides of my temple. Since my face is like round, it's like round and heart shape, I'm trying to slim it down. So I'm gonna take it like that and then blend it in. Pretty. Okay guys, I'm so sorry. So I just had to put my hair down and then clip my hair back because I felt like it was just all over the place. So I already did my contour. I'm going to start working on the eyes, and the palette I'm going to use, I'm going to try to use as much of one brand, and the brand is called M.A.C. I think I'm only going to be missing one thing, and that's probably a mascara, but I do have an alternative. And the eyeshadow palette that I love is the it's from their limited edition collection from Patrick Starrr called Goalgetter, and these are the colors. And this is great because this looks great on any kind of skin tone. You don't have to use, you know, all the colors. Like for example, you can use these two, maybe just that and that, or these two going down. So, and you can use this as like a liner as well. So it's pretty like versatile, and I love it. I'm gonna be a little scared once I hit pan. Okay, so the first color I'm gonna go into is this color right here, and that one is called a soft brown. It's a matte color. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my M.A.C 224 blending brush. This is one of, I think, my favorite blending brush out of all brands. And their M.A.C brushes are so well made that I'm taking that into my crease. The brushes are so well made and hand cut, and now they're actually all synthetic. I mean, they've lasted me for my one powder brush, the one, I think it's the 150. It's lasted me since 2001, and I just take good care of it. You know, I clean it in between uses with the M.A.C brush cleanser, and then I also once a week I gently shampoo and condition it with gentle like baby shampoo. Yeah, and it actually works. And actually, you should really wash your brushes prior to use, and then let them dry, and then roll up like a towel and let the brush kind of like hang dry like that, where it's not touching anything, and then the water doesn't go into the ferrule, which is this part of the brush, so it lasts a long time. Can you see that? Yeah. So that is soft brown, and I'm taking it, going down a little bit down my nose, a little bit down my nose, pretty. Okay, so now I am taking this color right here from the palette called Swiss Chocolate with this tapered blending brush from Jaclyn Hill. These brushes were from her Morphe collaboration, and they sold this at Ulta. So I'm taking Swiss Chocolate on that pointed blending brush. See how pigmented it is? Just that little bit. And then right into the crease, so right below what we just blended with the soft brown. Pretty. And this is great. Like, I love this eye look. I love using it every day. Going out for a nice date night, when there was date nights before the the lockdown. So I mean, it's just a beautiful palette, great colors, timeless colors, and yeah. Okay, so that's Swiss Chocolate, and it's a matte color. Okay, if you notice, it got a little bit more intense. So what I did was I used this Jaclyn Hill tiny smudger brush to pack on the color in the corners. See how intense that is? And with matte colors, meaning the ones that have no shimmer, you don't want to wet. You know how you can use foiling for the metallics. It does not work the same with matte. If you wet that color, it's actually gonna like dry up the powder itself, and it's going to be very hard to work with. So if you get a little bit of moisture in there, what I would do is wait till it dries and then scratch off that first surface with like the end of your brush. Okay, so we are making kind of like a little V, an intense V. And again, you can use that tape method that I did for the purple fuchsia glam, if that's easier for you, or you can just use a makeup wipe to kind of make it like a more precise cut color here if you want to make it, you know, that intense. Okay. Okay, we're getting there, I promise. Okay, so we're going to go back to our 224 brush from MAC, and we're just going to lightly blend between those two colors, between that dark I'm Into It and this the Swiss chocolate. Oh my god, well, you don't want to make it so blurred out like on the top, because we're going to put a little bit of that gold that you saw in the palette, the amber lights, on the rest of our lid. Here, let me show you. I'm carrying all these brushes. So we're going to take the amber lights and put that on the rest of our lid. Okay, so I'm going to take this shadow brush, Essential Eye, from Color Just. Ooh. And I believe this is a brush set from Nordstrom. So I'm going to just pack on, oh gosh, a little bit of that amber lights. So we're using the entire palette. And we're going to just press that all over the area where we didn't have any color except for the base. And we're going to take it up to the crease, and we're just patting. We're not blending. And then push whatever's left with the brush. Let the brush do its job, and just push it in the corner of your eye. And it's nice because it has a little bit of that, you know, drop. So it's like this nice, see where the light hits it? Pretty. Guys, I promise I will invest in a good camera once we are off furlough. Yep. And I'm going to take that Jaclyn Hill blender brush again and dipping it into that I'm Into It, and then blend in between that gold amber lights and the dark color I'm Into It. Just in the middle. Ooh, pretty. Okay guys, so I am going to go back with that tiny little Jaclyn Hill Morphe smudger brush and dipping it into that I'm Into It, the darker color. Tapping off the excess. Ooh, a lot of dust. And I'm going to take it right underneath, starting from the outer lower lash line going in. By the way, on my laptop, it's on mute, but I'm watching one of my favorite movies, apocalyptic movies. It's Deep Impact. Oh God, I love this movie. You know, I wasn't really into Tia Leone until, you know, with her TV shows. But this movie, I was like loving her acting, everything. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little jealous because she was married to one of my favorite actors, David Duchovny, which, you know, if you guys know, he was the male lead in X-Files, and I was obsessed with freaking X-Files with Scully and Mulder, to the point where my second cat was named Jillian. Yeah, Jillian, as in Gillian Anderson. What? I mean, I just loved it. Okay, we're smoky. I like. Alright, so we're going to take the Jaclyn Hill. It's kind of like a pencil smudger brush, if you can see that. And we're going to take it into soft brown and Swiss chocolate, and we're going to mix that. Tap off the excess. And then where we packed on that I'm Into It color, we're just going to go right below it and then to the inner tear duct and smoke underneath. So it kind of gives you like that bit of a gradient instead of such a harsh line. I promise you this will all come out in the end. Pretty. Okay, mix those two again. Tap off the excess and blend. And you know, it's about like kind of like positioning yourself in the eye muscle. So, you know, going like this, it might be uncomfortable, but if you tilt your head down and look into the mirror, then you can really get into that right positioning to do this kind of blending. Make sure it's even out. Ooh. Okay, so we're going to get the M.A.C Chromaline in black. Ooh, okay, you can't see that. So you can use this Chromaline, you can use it to, you know, sketch out. You can use it on your face. I use this as a gel liner. You can use this as a base for, you know, an eyeshadow look. I believe they sell, I'm not sure if they sell this at a M.A.C store or counter. I think they might just sell this at the pro stores. I'm not 100% sure, but I will check. And we're just going to align our eyes. And I'm starting in the middle with this, oh, I'm sorry, it's this angle brush. It's actually made for the brows, but it's this little angle brush from Walmart. And the secret to doing this is, if you're not used to doing gel liners, is just to do baby strokes. Or you can do the stamping method where you just press it against the lash line, like so. See, super easy. And then follow the direction of your lower lash line. Tilt your head back and then do a stamp. So you get that initial flick. And if you don't want to make your liner long, you know, the wing long, you don't have to. But I like to extend mine. And then at the 2/3 point, don't so depending on your eye, you want to kind of make like an upside down isosceles triangle. You want to take it 2/3 up and take the brush horizontal straight to the top half of that liner. See that? And then from there, it's easy for you because now you have the outline, and then you just fill in that that negative space, and then you have your perfect wing liner. Oh my gosh, so cute. Okay, so now I'm going to take some of that MAC Studio Fix Powder Foundation in NC43. Ooh, NC43. And that powder brush from Color Just, and just buffing it in between my contour. I'm not going to bake with a translucent because I want a more full coverage look. Pretty. And I'm not gonna blend it. I'm just gonna pat it over that contour called Blunt. Alright, so I'm gonna take the blush color, the MAC blush color, in the color Dollymix with this a Bobbi Brown angled face brush. Okay, just swirl it in there. And I'm gonna take it right here. See how pigmented that is? And I'm just lightly touching my face. That's how pigmented this blush is. And if you're, if the color is too intense for you, you can always take your powder brush and dip it back into that foundation powder and then blend that out. But I like some blush. Yes, your girl loves color. Yes. Dipping back in Dollymix. Smile. Okay. And I know you're going to be like, Jillian, that's way too much. Okay, fine. Oh, God. But let me tell you, I mean, the fact that it's showing up on camera with this bright ring light goes to show, like, how much color will be washed out if there's flash photography, if there's natural daylight. That's why it's very important, especially if you're doing photographs for professional or family photographs, weddings. Definitely women, ladies, or gents, whoever wants to wear the blush, definitely the run through, you definitely need to do that, because you do not want to look like a sallow, pale mess on the day of your wedding with those expensive, like the cost of photography. It's worth it, but it's the ones that are worth it especially cost a lot of money, and you do not want to look like, some kind of Casper the Friendly Ghost on your wedding day. Your husband's gonna be like, girl, I can't see you. You're all like, sheer. Okay, before I do my highlight and finish my eyes, I'm going to spray myself with the MAC Fix Plus spray, but the matte formula. So, ooh, that smells nice. Your girl went to the Dollar Tree. Got a fucking fan. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? It's not going to be made for kids. No. Yes, girl. Geisha. Hey. Okay, so I'm going to go into this MAC Baked Mineralized Highlighter in Global Glow. Ooh, Global Glow with the Jaclyn Hill Morphe brush in JH. Oh my god, I cannot see that. But it's this brush. It's a large pointer brush, so it's like really good for getting like precise placement of that highlighter. So as you can see, the light is already telling me where it's going to hit. So I want to use it a little bit higher, and I'm going in like wide circles. Do you notice that? Like a wide circle, and it's giving me that really pretty natural glow. Pretty. Ooh, yes. And since I want my face to kind of go inward like this to kind of slim it out, I'm putting it here, right on the top bridge of my nose, right here on the tip of my nose, like the little button nose, Filipino button nose. Yes, it is. And then kind of like this, like C shape or curved L. I'm trying to be precise here. And then right on the Cupid's bow, especially for date night. And then, ooh, sorry. And then right here on the temples, where, see where kind of like that contour ends, but then the highlight here begins. You want to take it just down, so that, because I have a short forehead, so I want to like elongate that. Why am I like tongue twisted today? It's like, oh my gosh, I don't think I drank enough water. And then I'm going to take a little bit to the brow bone. Please tell me I'm recording. Yes. Okay, good. Okay. So cute. So it gives you like that natural glow. It doesn't give you like that mirror shine that, you know, I normally have on. And since I like being a little extra, I'm going to go in with the M.A.C Double Gleam Highlighter. Oh yeah. I'm going to still use the same Jaclyn Hill brush and tap off what I had earlier, swirl it in that double gleam, and then I'm going to hit right here. See how there's like an intensity of light just here, even though my highlight's here? I'm just going to take it right there. See, the light is already telling you like where your placement is. Wow. Oh yeah. And just a dot right there, just a little tiny dot. Ooh. Aww. Oh, so cute. Yes, I do double, what do you call this? Highlighter. Don't judge me. Oh my god, did my camera just... Okay, there we go. And I love, I'm not gonna lie, I've used M.A.C Studio Fix Foundation since I found out from a girl in high school, Stacy, if you're watching. I was 17, senior high school. I ran to my Nordstrom at Menlo Park Mall in Edison, New Jersey, and I got me my first Studio Fix fluid, my first, I think, eyeshadow. You know, back in the day, it was like that matte, brownish, taupey lip with the dark brown chestnut pencil. I was living, okay? Living. You know, I thought I was like, you know, those were the days of like Cindy Crawford and Naomi Campbell and yes, girl. I wanted to be like Asian Paula Abdul. Yeah, that was me. So unfortunately, I do not have a M.A.C, believe it or not, a M.A.C mascara, but I'm going to go in with one of my other favorites, the Laura Mercier Caviar Volume Mascara. And like I said before in my previous videos, It is a fiber brush, which I love. Don't get me wrong, there are some great mascaras out there that are, you know, have the plastic ones, but I prefer like the actual fiber brush. And I already curled my lashes with the M.A.C Lash Curler. Now let me tell you, in terms of lash curlers, I love the M.A.C one. I've used that for years. The new one from Shiseido, amazing. And who makes another great lash curler? Well, Shimmer, I mean, that was like the one, and I still have mine, but unfortunately they do not sell Shimmer. Ooh, yes, girl. They do not sell Shimmer in the United States anymore. You have to actually order it online. I think you can order from Amazon. And who else? Oh, Technakohl. Oh my God. Can we talk about Technakohl? I miss him. His artistry. When I was younger in my college years, I had his book. I remember going to a used bookstore and finding, you know, Making Faces, and watching that documentary and how he created this, you know, these looks from these, you know, famous people like Cher, I think Naomi Campbell, just all these, you know, great people in terms of art and literature. And just, I mean, he was just not just a talent in the makeup field, but just a great human being. And one of my favorite episodes of Sex and the City is when Carrie does that runway show. You know, the one where she trips because she's wearing like Dolce & Gabbana, like these stacked heels. And Technakohl has this bit part where he's doing her makeup. He goes, "You're gonna look fabulous." Oh God, my little heart melts every time I see that episode. And I'm so glad. I think Amazon still has Sex and the City available for Prime members for free. Oh, such a great makeup artist. God, I miss him. And he created a really great line of cosmetics. I think, I don't know who's running it now. I don't know if it's like his former partner. But that foundation, the one that it literally, that little pot of foundation / concealer, you need like the size of a grain of rice. And that thing will cover, and you mix it with the primer that he has, and it literally covers your whole face. I mean, full coverage, like legit covers your entire face. Okay. All right, I'm gonna prep my lashes. I'm gonna wear the M.A.C. I think they're the number 70s. Yeah, number 70s. I already cut them to my length, and yeah, I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I have my one lash on, and just to show you, I'm using the glue from the eyelash glue from Sephora, and I'm brushing it on, just a light coating, and then you just want to wait till it's tacky. You know, maybe wave it around a little bit. I already cut it into size, and I already started bending it to kind of like, so it can grab into the shape of my lash line. I love these lashes. I could stack them. Now, obviously, if they're your lashes, if you want to blow on them, I wouldn't suggest it, but if you want to do that, it's your lashes. But obviously, if you're applying this to a client, you don't do that. You just kind of like fan it or something like that. Or just, you know, lay it where the curve is actually sitting on the, you know, the plastic container, and then let it get tacky that way, and then apply it, you know, while you're, you know, curling the client's lashes or applying the liner. Okay, so I'm taking my lash tweezers, and so what I do is I lean back, I line it up, not all the way in, but where my lashes start here, and I kind of go in from the top and then push it on the lash line, and then I pinch it. I pinch my real lashes and the lash together. Cute. Oh my god. I love falsies lashes. I think it just really opens up and brightens the eye, you know, especially like for date night when you want to look mysterious and flirty without using words. Yes. The M.A.C 70s. I love them. Okay, so now that I have my lashes on, I'm going to take the M.A.C Technakohl liner in Graphblack, and it's the twist up kind. And I'm going to take that right into my waterline to give a much more, you know, intense eye look. And I'm going to take my pinky, plant it right there, and kind of slightly pull down. And this is safer for your waterline. Ooh, cute. Sexy. Yes. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna clean that off. And then for the lip, I can't find my cherry lip liner, so I'm going to use this lip liner from Mercier called Red Velvet. So it's a bright red. I'm using a bright red pencil, and then this limited edition MAC color from the Aaliyah collection. It's this beautiful dark plum. So I'm going to mix those two, okay? So I'm going to take, again, plant your pinky, and then if you want, you know, put your elbow on the table to stabilize it. Start in the middle, and then start, you know, working the corners. Okay. And then start in your cupid's bow, or create your cupid's bow, because I know some women kind of have like that roundish shape. So you can also start filling in and creating a cupid's bow, kind of like that little dip, you know, when you draw a heart. You know, working up close with clients, that's the #1 compliment I get, is the shape of my lips, because, you know, obviously I'm so close to them when I'm doing their makeup, and it's just nice to have a compliment. And then the second compliment I get is my skin, that it's, you know, that I guess I take good care of it, which I do. And it's really smooth. They never can guess my age. And sometimes I feel bad, because when I tell them my age and they're the same age, but they look, you know, hella older. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just coloring, shading the corners like so. So if you start noticing, see how that nudish uncolored area, it kind of like makes the lip protrude, so it gives you that illusion that you have a pout. I mean, I already have pouty lips, I get it, but if you want to make it more pouty, or a pout, you can just color in or shade in, that's probably a better term, the corners. Well, it's kind of like the concept of highlighting and contour. Highlighting, you want that area to pop, like the cheekbone, the bridge of your nose, and then in, See how that there's already that kind of line, that contour line, so the darkness kind of draws it in and makes, you know, my face, you saw it before, it was round. So now it's kind of like the illusion is, you know, trying to get it a little slimmer. But let's face it, I mean, I do try to eat healthy, but every so often I gotta have that Taco Bell. Okay, so I'm taking now that lip color from the Aaliyah line, and I'm going to start on my bottom lip. I'm going to start in the corners. And you're more than welcome to use a lip brush to blend this if you want. But I've done this so many times. That I just kind of like mix the colors by, you know, rubbing my lips together. And then taking that pointier side and evening out any kind of like, you know, edges. And you want to kind of like not stretch your lips out too much, but kind of do a little smile. Put your lips together. Pretty. And see that lighter color, even though, you know, we filled in the whole lip with the lipstick, that the undertone is a little bit slightly lighter in the middle, so it gives you that really cute pouty look. Okay guys, what do you think? Oh, let me take the clips out. Going out with the girls, going out with the guys, going out for maybe a drink after work. This is cute. Alright guys, so let me know what you think of this look. I loved recreating this look because, let's face it, we haven't really gone out for happy hour or a date for like 3 months. Thanks a lot, Ronies. But yeah, let me know what you think. Go ahead and hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah!